Now it's time for our Just Go hotspots. A quick look at some great places around Australia you might want to add to your travel bucket list. 126 kilometres southwest of Adelaide, Kangaroo Island has long been a must-go destination for international and domestic visitors alike. You can take a 45-minute ferry ride or fly from the South Australian capital, and once you've arrived, there's a smorgasbord of food, wineries and nature to enjoy. Kingscote is the capital and a great spot to base yourself to explore Australia's third largest island, recently voted the best island in Asia Pacific. Part of that reputation is thanks to the fantastic range of local produce. Have you ever tried cheese made from sheep's milk? Well, here's your chance. Famous for its diverse wildlife, you'll have no trouble finding the Aussie icon that gave its name to the island. But most people come to experience a close encounter with less common fauna in their natural habitat, like Australian sea lions. Make sure you take the marine tour, where you'll be greeted with pods of bottlenose dolphins more than keen to make your acquaintance. At 5 o'clock each evening, you can help feed the pelicans that congregate at the Kingscote Wharf. But be warned, they take no prisoners in their fight to devour every last morsel.
If you find the glitter of gold hard to resist, then at least once in your life you should go to Kalgoorlie, or Kalgoorlie Boulder as it's now called. Everywhere you turn in this West Australian mining town, 600 kilometres from Perth, you're reminded of the precious metal that put it on the map. The best way to get a feel for how much gold means to this city is a guided walking tour that takes you past 35 historic sites and buildings that tell the story of the yellow metal's rich heritage here. And say hello to Paddy Hannon, who made the first discovery in the region, sparking one of the world's largest gold rushes in the late 1800s. On your travels, be sure to take a peek at the quirky British Arms Hotel, thought to be the narrowest pub in the Southern Hemisphere. As far as present-day gold production, do not leave town without casting an eye over the Super Pit, Australia's largest open-cut gold mine. It's an overwhelming sight. Now, if you're really into gold, head west from Kalgoorlie to the state capital. The Perth Mint boasts the world's largest collection of naturally formed gold nuggets and man-made bars. You can take a talking tour, watch gold being poured and coins being minted. They also have the biggest nugget ever found on Earth, or a replica of it.
Perched on the southern bank of the Murray River, Echuca is one of Victoria's most historic and celebrated towns. Original paddle steamers that provided the main form of transport in colonial times still ply the Murray's waters, taking tourists on a trip into the past. You can travel into history on dry land too. Echuca's old port, once the largest and busiest in inland Australia, has been carefully preserved. It includes a working red gum mill that still uses the same tools and machinery as a century and a half ago to produce some pretty amazing souvenirs. Make sure you pop into the delightfully quirky Penny Arcade and have a spin on some games from way back when a computer was science fiction. And before you go, catch a silent movie to remind yourself just how far we've come. Or have we?